Charles Lindbergh's conviction of last February show the underlying problem that has been going on for decades, maybe centuries. Foreign countries sending in their students in here basically to spy on the country, especially at universities. It is considered, and it is considered that every university there's at least two people from China, two people from junior college from China, two people in regular college, university, whatever level. There are two people there, and what's their job? To find anything new that they can take home with them or send back to China. Hi, Mom. Hi, Pop. Hi, party leader. Hey, here's some information for you. Yes, current of everything, and of course you got the people who have subscribed to this set of magazines all over, which is keeping the publishing industry thing, is because all these students from around the world subscribe to all this stuff. Do you know what Merck Index is? It's a thick manual in that, all the chemicals. When Saddam Hussein was sending students here, that's one of the books they took back with them. It's Chemical Engineers. Yes, the Merck Index, and basically they kept the scientific community of books. They basically they didn't bring anything in. They shipped out books to their libraries in Iraq, or in Iran, or in whatever they are. North Korea. Oh yes, there's some cases of books leaving the United States, going to Hawaii to go that thing, wind up in China, and then go to North Korea. And Merck Index makes money on foreign students who do this all the time. Every time there's a Merck Index come out, the new edition, they can sell 10,000 to China, just like that. To other countries, including Russia. Yes. And of course, a lot of the Russian stuff is, all the Russian stuff, it seems to be, the scientific journals have always been censored, like the stuff in China. Censored. Somebody said, looking at some of the reports out of China, and it looks like somebody took a pen to them and going, bloop, you can't say that. Bloop, you can't say that. Because a lot of the correlation doesn't fit. Of course, you got a restricted society, so there's the other one. But 320,000 communist Chinese students in this country. And what are they? Well, they're going to get an education. They're going to be Americanized for 4 years, 5, 6 years. They get their PhD, and then they go back to China. One guy says, how can I stay here? He's from China. He has his PhD. I told him, very simple. If you were a female, you'd be pregnant. Do I know girls who got pregnant? Yes, anchor babies. They didn't want to go back. They got their degree. Anchor babies. I told the guy, I told another girl from Kurdistan the same thing. Either you open a foreign consulate general in Chicago, or you're going to get back. But it says, yeah, but I'm going to be feeding goats. Who wants to feed goats? I said, find an American. Yeah, find some guy who will be willing to marry you. I remember being at Kraft Foods, and I got offered $5,000 if I marry her. Because she was offered a job at the company, but they could only take American citizens. So she was looking for a husband. Did she find one? Yep. Would you have married her? Lovely young girl. She comes from a communist country. Yes, you gotta watch out for that. Because the things about schools and that, it is considered every student is a spy for their country. Of course, when I was going to graduate schools, one of the things was all these people from Saudi Arabia taking nuclear chemistry, nuclear biology, nuclear physics courses, and you begin to wonder is what do they have in Saudi Arabia? They have industrial nuclear reactors. They make their own isotope for medical. Oh, okay. What do they do with their waste? They go to Urenco and get gas interventions. I mean, just like they do in Iran? Yeah. Just like they do in North Korea? Yeah. Just like they do in Israel? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there was a big discussion about the other day with Prince of Saudi Arabia and one of the princes there, and they asked about the nuclear weapons. What happens if Iran puts together a nuclear weapon? How fast it would it be for you to put together a nuclear weapon? And it's like you just caught the guy off guard. We have friends in the United States. I'm quite sure if Iran bombs us, somebody in the United States will bomb them. Which is also good at having a friends with Israel because they have nuclear weapons on their cruise missiles. So if Mecca is attacked by Iran, somebody in Israel may decide to attack Iran, which is good having mutual. It's good to have mutual friends with nuclear bombs. Yeah. It's something what happens if Taiwan is invaded by China. I'm quite sure the next day Japan will assemble their nuclear weapons. What's assembling? I take this little switch and I stick it in there. Now that's my assemble bomb. But if I take my little switch out, that turns everything on and off. Now it's not assembled. So there's what you call an assemble bomb. Yeah, it's like having the old-fashioned cannon. You got the cannon, you got the wick, you got the powder inside. What's the assemble? You take the wick and you put it inside the. Yeah. Now it's an assemble. But again, their universities are told to check to find out what your Chinese students or French students or English students have access to. You may find out they have access for a lot more than you really want. Okay.